Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Ed Bugs Show.
Are you ready?
Real talk, real people. This is the show where people just like you get to talk about the news and what's really going on.
Shout here.
Along with show producer Matt Moscona.
Biggest names in talk radio.
They tackle some of the hottest, most controversial topics that affect your life.
I don't agree with them all the time, but I appreciate the discussion.
Buckle up and get ready. Now here's your host, Ed Bugs.
Go on the bump and cue Ed.
Thanks, Matt Moscona, and welcome aboard. Welcome, one and all to the Ed Bugs Show. Real talk, real people. Wonderful to have you here on another day on 1550 AM WPFC. A special welcome to those of you joining us on television, on the Urban American Television Network, and to those of you online at www.edbugs.com. It's great to have you all with us here. Matt, you doing well today?
Ed and B.
I see you've got the big 4-0 on today.
Yeah, wearing the big 4-0.
This is another throwback jersey, isn't it?
Well, it's not really throwback. It's
Okay.
it's a Pat Tillman replica.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not really that long
Yeah,
ago.
it looks
but-
like the old Japanese rising sun kind of.
Well, that's the state flag of Arizona. It's Arizona
I see.
Cardinals jersey. So,
Oh.
Yeah, and it's got the little
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty
got
cool.
The
Pretty cool.
stars and stripes there.
Yeah, a
the
lot
collar.
going on today. Speaking of sports, we got the NCAA
March
Madness underway. That's right. Right
That's
now.
huge, man. And BC.
Yeah, Boston College. Yes.
is in overtime with Pacific.
Uh-huh.
And I got Boston College going to the Final Four in my bracket.
Uh-uh.
Well, no, I'm just
Yeah.
doing one of these, crossing my fingers.
All right, we'll see what happens. But it's all underway right now, and this is when I have to explain to Catherine why there is so much basketball on. This happened last year, and she came over one night. She says, "More basketball?" I said, "Yeah, honey, it's we're on the road to the Final Four." We're on the road to what?
To
I said,
who?
okay, all right, just hang in there, baby. This will be another year. It will be fun.
This
All
is
right.
when you put your towel down in the bed.
You better know it. What Matt is making reference to is that when Catherine's away, my big thing is to stop by the Buffalo Wing place, come home by myself, take out a big towel, spread it on the bed, put my buffalo wings there. That's what he meant in
Still don't
reference
understand
to towel on the bed. Well, that's because you don't want any sauce or anything else or
I don't
any
understand
evidence
why
on
you're
the
eating
spread.
in the bed.
Okay, well, if you don't understand, you don't understand. I do understand. All right. I just had to explain that towel on the bed thing, okay?
I know, I get it. I get it.
Woo! All right. It's just life, huh? Let's just not take it too seriously. It's just life, and it's all good. I'll tell you what else is tragically all good today. Have you heard about Operation Swarmer? Just like it sounds, as in a swarm. Operation Swarmer. It's underway in Iraq right now as we speak. It is the second biggest strike by U.S. and coalition forces since the war began. I mean, the only thing that was bigger than this is when we first went in. This is huge. And frankly, I think it's long overdue, but I'll get to that in a moment. First, let me explain with you my central question this hour, and that is this. Do you feel it's time to unleash the power of the military in Iraq? We've been playing this war essentially with one hand tied behind our backs. You do know that now, don't you? We've been fighting this war with one hand tied behind our backs. When we went into Iraq, remember, we marched to Baghdad, what, Matt, in 10 days, 21 days? Well,
21 days.
21 days. We marched to Iraq in 21 days. And then what happened? Huh? What happened? We recognized the Sunni triangle as the bad spot. In fact, they held us off in a town called Fallujah for weeks. Remember that? It was back then when we were talking about that on this very show that I asked the question, why are we handcuffing our guys? If we are in war, why aren't we calling in the carpet bombers and leveling the place? You see, you cannot be a peacekeeper on one hand and be at war with the other hand. You got to do one or the other. You got to kick butt and take names and finish them. Instead, we kick half a butt, we take half a list of names, we try to be police, we try to be good guys, we try to build you some water facilities over here, we try to shoot some of you over there. What are we doing? Now understand something. I am fully for our presence in Iraq. Don't misunderstand me. I am fully, look, we're there now. We are committed. So, as we are committed, do it. Finish them. Lay them out. I've never understood how we really thought we'd be able to halfway do this. My former band director used to call this half-stepping. That's what we're doing in Iraq. We're half-stepping. Well, Ed, we have to be politically correct. We just can't go in there and just mow down people. Yes, you can. Just like they do us. These guys have a little device they call an IED. Have you heard about that? Well, Matt, what does IED stand for?
Improvised explosive device.
Improvised explosive device. Do you know what that means? Figure it out as you go. Make something to blow up when they come by. They're everywhere. IEDs, improvised explosive devices. You see, they get it. They, being the insurgents, the bad guys, they get it. What is it? Kill Americans. Period. Paragraph. That's it. They get it. We don't get it. We got a gun in one hand and a lollipop in the other. You cannot fight a war like that. Put the lollipop down, finish the business, and get out. Are you with me here? Am I on to something? Talk to me. Call me now at 499-BUGS. That's the 225 area code, 499-2847. Or shoot me an email. Send it now to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. Let me be clear here, because I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking, doggone, that brother's a right-wing, a hawk. No, I'm not. I just say handle your business. If this is a war, there are a couple of givens. Number one, people will die. Number two, doesn't smell good. Number three, politically, it doesn't look very good. Number four, the sooner you can get the doggone thing finished and get out of there, the better. So now, as we approach the 3-year anniversary, of our being in Iraq, I say it's time we finish what we started. I say it's time look, you got insurgents over here? The town that we're talking about right now is called Samarra. You know that Samarra is a hotbed, is a breeding ground? Fine, this is what you do. Roger, airstrike. We're 45 seconds away. Roger, airstrike. Lay the town flat. You got it? Roger, flat. Here we go, boys. Bombs away in 3, 2, 1. Over. Next city. That's it. Our people we finished the job. We come home. And something else. Okay, all right. Let me go to break. When we come back, I want to talk more about the mission because I think this is getting strung out way too far. The Ed Bugs Show, real talk, real people, continues.
I'm here to tell you Bugs is here. I like the Ed Bugs Radio Show. I like the Ed Bugs Radio Show is here. I like the truth. I like the word Bugs. The Ed Bugs Radio Show is here. That's nice.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Bugs Show. Real talk, real people. We're talking about this Operation Swarmer, which is underway right now in Iraq in a town called Samarra. Some 50 U.S. aircraft and 1,500 soldiers are involved in this attack. the second largest since the war began almost exactly 3 years ago to the day. What we're talking about specifically is I'm asking the question, do you feel it's time to unleash the power of the military in Iraq again? Somehow, as I said a moment ago, it seemed that we went all, as in comparing this to a football game, it's as if we went all the way down the field to the ends to the 1 yard line and can't punch it in. Can't punch it in. A moment ago, I alluded to the fact of how the quicker we get this done and get it over with, the better. There is a second part to that discussion that I wanted to share with you, and that is this. We have got to show the insurgents and all these Muslim extremist zealots that we mean business. And the best doggone way to show them that, one, we mean business, two, we're not softies, is to go in there hard. I mean, this is our military. This is not our police. This is our military. Let them do what they were trained to do. Call in the airstrikes and get it over with. Get it over with. Let me go to some emails that have come in to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. On the question, do you feel it's time to let the military finish it off in Iraq? First from Michael, he writes, Ed, step into a time machine with me, if you will. It was May 2003 when your president landed on the USS Lincoln in full flight gear. Shortly after landing, your president addressed the nation under a great big sign that read, Mission Accomplished. Your president then declared an end to major military operation in Iraq. Nearly 2 years have passed since that day. 2,000 U.S. soldiers have been killed, and we are still launching attacks. Mission accomplished? Huh? Michael, thank you. Point well made. Also, a second email, this one from Steve, who writes, Ed, the time to unleash our military might have arrived 3 years ago with shock and awe. Remember that? It obviously wasn't shocking or awe-striking enough because the terrorists are still kicking over there. I can't read his writing. I can't read his writing. Using our military might to squash this uprising is like picking up a stick to fight a bear when your 12 gauge is on your back. Oh, here it is. Us not using our military might to squash this uprising is like picking up a stick to fight a bear when your 12 gauge is on your back. I got it, Steve. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your email sent in to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. We have been, militarily speaking, so quiet in Iraq so long, it's almost a shock. It's almost to find out or to hear about a second attack. In this case, a major attack. First major attack in a long time. It's as if we almost went to sleep over there. I don't know. As much as I am for the reasons that we went into Iraq, as much as I would have done the very same thing had I been president of the United States, given the same information, I'm getting a little tired of Iraq. I really am. Are you? I'm not of the batch that says, let's cut and run. It's not what I'm alluding to, but I am getting a little tired of Iraq. I really am. And now that we see the Shiites and the Sunnis on the verge of civil war, I'm getting Iraq about up to my neck. I'm getting a little fed up on Iraq. I really am. I'm getting a little fed up with Iraq. I'm getting a little tired of it. Are you? Talk to me. Call me now. You know the number in the 225 area code, 499-BUGS, 499-2847. Or shoot me an email. The address, as always, is ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. I just, Yes, we have to finish the mission. Don't misunderstand me. So often in talk radio, people hear only what they want to hear, and they take a little snippet and they're gone. And say, oh, man, he said, hear the whole story. I am not of the opinion to cut and run, but I am of the opinion to finish the doggone thing. And if we got to go blow up towns, go blow up towns and come home. Go blow up what you got to blow up and come on home. We've now lost more than 2,100 soldiers in Iraq. Finish what we got to do and come home. And if my suspicion is correct, all the more reason to come on home. You know what my suspicion is, don't you? I've talked about it before. Matt, how am I doing? Am I doing okay on time? Okay. My suspicion is the Iraqi people are not civilized enough for democracy. Now, don't take that as racist or anything else, but I'm telling you, the Iraqi people are not civilized enough for democracy. In a democracy, you have to have people who understand that in the election, my side may not win. But let's get a better candidate, or let's work a little harder, and perhaps we'll win next time. Not in Iraq. In Iraq, if my candidate doesn't win in the election, I'm going to go pick up a gun. Whoa, son. That's called barbaric. You can't have that in a democracy. You can't go kill the other side if you don't win in the elections. And that's how the Iraqi people are. And my suspicion is the Iraqi people are not civilized enough for democracy. If that turns out to be the case, I say we get the heck out. Let me go to the phones. I see Joe holding at 499-BUGS. Hello, Joe. Welcome. You're on the air.
Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you. My take on all of this stuff is we got the son of a gun out of power.
Yes.
We made sure that there's no mass destructive weapons, and I don't think that country has the capability of defending themselves against any of their enemies over there in that region.
Yes.
I believe we need to get the heck out of there. Now, my son, thank God, is on the way home finally.
Good.
But I believe it's time we do what we needed to do. You're never going to stop
the
religious infighting in that country.
Nope.
So I believe it's time that we did our job. Give it back to them, because there'll never be a democracy over there, and let them kill each other off. And as long as they can't attack us, I think we've done all we need to do.
Joe, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you at 499-BUGS, 499-2847. Did you hear what he said? Joe represents mainstream America. Look, as far as I'm concerned, we backed the effort. I still back the effort. But you know what? My daddy taught me a long time ago, a smart businessman knows when to get into a business. A smart businessman also knows when to get out. Now, let me repeat my position here. My position is not one of cut and run. But let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I've had about all of this Iraq that I can stand. And their being on the brink of civil war is proof of what I and Joe and countless other people, just like Joe, all across America, are feeling in our gut. And that is the Iraqi people will always be people who are fighting and killing one another. And just because we come in and teach them how to vote and teach them what a parliament is, I don't think it's going to change. If we here's a secret. If we left Iraq lock, stock, and barrel tonight, okay? If we pulled out of Iraq tonight, this time next week, chaos, anarchy, bedlam, pandemonium, crisis, absolute crisis. You have got to have a certain level of civilization for a democracy to flourish, and they don't have that in Iraq. I mean, our intentions were good. We had the best of intentions in mind. No. I am beginning to feel that, let's exercise some damage control. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out an exit strategy, because no. No. Those people are going to kill each other. They're going to absolutely slaughter one another, and the only thing that's keeping them from eating one another alive is the presence of the U.S.-led coalition in Iraq. We'll talk more in a moment. I got time for your phone calls. The question is this: do you feel it's time to unleash the power of the military in Iraq?
Ain't no games being played here. You're listening to the always hot.
Keeping it caliente.
The Ed Bugs Radio Show is on the air.
Turn it up.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Bugs Show. Real talk, real people. Boy, I'll tell you, you mark my words on this. Just like the ports deal, just like the what was it before that? Border security, just like the delay in Dick Cheney reporting that he had shot Whittington, Harry Whittington. This is going to end up haunting my president. Welcome back, everyone. Good to have you here on the Ed Bugs Show, Real Talk, Real People on 1550 AM, WPFC. And for those of you who joined us late, because we're at the bottom of the hour now, we're talking about this major offensive in Iraq right now. In fact, it is the second biggest attack since the war began. Some 50 aircraft involved in this, some 1,500 troops involved in this. It's called Operation Swarmer, as in swarming. And the reason I fear it's going to come back and haunt the president is because of emails like this one from Charlotte. Listen to this. Charlotte writes, Ed, I cannot believe we are starting up military operations over there again. Well, first of all, Charlotte, we never finished, but I'll keep reading. How much more money do we have to spend? She asks. And then she writes, how many more lives do we have to waste? I don't consider it a waste, Charlotte, but I'll keep reading. How much longer are we going to pretend like there will be a flourishing democracy in Iraq or anywhere else in the Middle East for that matter? Bring our people home. Now, a moment ago when I told you that in my gut this could end up backfiring for the government, for the president. Now do you see why I say this? And Charlotte's not alone. Now, I can tell from this email that Charlotte didn't approve of us going into Iraq to begin with. That group, the president doesn't have to worry about. They weren't with him from the beginning. They won't be with him down the road. Forget about it. That's not the group he's got to worry about. The group he's got to worry about is people like me, people who have his sticker on my car, people who will stand up for Bush in a heartbeat, but people who, just like me, are saying, hey, man, look, this is getting real old. I'm beginning to question whether the Iraqi people even want what we are trying to bring there. I don't think they're capable. And I don't mean that they're savages. I just mean they're not civilized enough for a democracy. Those people will shoot you just as soon as look at you. I mean, if you have an environment where I'm Shiite, what are you? I'm Sunni. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, come on. How's a democracy going to work there? No. George Bush, listen to me. I'm your base, buddy. I got your back, okay? But listen, this new assault, we better kick some major butt and take some major names and get these people in line or else. It's getting hard to defend you out here, man. It's getting harder all the time. And this major offensive, let's just keep it up. Let's just go in all directions. Any Sunnis, any Shiites fighting, kill them all. Let God sort them out. That's all we can do at this point. That's all we can do. Am I missing something? Am I dead on? Talk to me. Call me now at 499-BUGS. 499-2847. Mike on line 3. Mike, welcome. You're on the air. Hey, Mike.
You know, it may be the best thing for us to do is to get out and let it go into civil war. And it's not going to be a true civil war because the Kurds are not going to be participating. You look at what's going up in northern Iraq. It's basically quiet as it can be, you know, and the Kurds are doing what they can do.
Mike, let me understand who you are. Did you ever favor our going into Iraq to begin with?
I was all for it.
Okay.
I wanted the guy out. I wanted Saddam. I thought Saddam had the weapons.
Right.
You know, I wanted him gone, and now he's gone when we did our job.
And now you feel, I just want to make sure I understand you, because Mike is the guy I've been telling you Bush needs to be concerned about. Mike is like me. But now you're saying your position today is what, Mike?
It may be time for us to get out and let them do what they're going to do to each other, and then go back in.
Yeah.
And then go back in and see what you can set up, you know?
Yeah. Mike,
you know?
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. That part on the end about and then going back in, I didn't quite follow that part.
Let's just have them be right where they were before we got in, and then go back and do it all over again.
No. Now did you hear, Mike? There's a reason I asked Mike, did you support our going in to begin with? And you heard what he said. Absolutely. So that's why I'm telling you, Georgia's concern, with all respect to the president, Georgia's concern is not the people who didn't want us there to begin with. His concern today should be people like me. His concern today should be people like Mike. His concern today should be people like Joe, who called a minute ago. Stand-up guys who back you 100%, who are now saying, oh, man, I don't know. You know, these people are killing one another like savages. The would-be president head of the new parliament, as the Iraqi parliament was sworn in, by the way, today. One of the would-be heads put it this way. He's a senior politician. In fact, he administered the oath in the absence of a speaker. He put it this way on his country's crisis, and I quote, "We have to prove to the world that a civil war is not and will not take place among our people. The danger is still looming. The enemies are ready for us because they do not like to see a united, stable, strong Iraq." So here is a senior politician saying, come on, guys, we got to hold it together. It's that bad. It's that bad. And that's why I'm telling you, I don't know. If their own people can't hold it together, what makes you think we can hold it together? You're listening to the Ed Bugs Radio Show. Phone calls welcomed at 499-BUGS, 499-2847. Back with more of the Ed Bugs Show. Real talk, real people.
Buckle your seatbelt and stay with Ed wherever you're headed.
Bring it.
Let's go.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Bugs Show. Real talk, real people. Only 2 segments left in this hour. Get your phone calls in now in area code 225-499-BUGS, 499-2847. Or shoot me an email. Send it now to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. A couple of major events in Iraq. I mean big. I don't mean another, suicide attack in a market, not to diminish that loss of people's life. And I'm not talking about another helicopter down. I am talking about the second biggest assault by U.S. and coalition forces in Iraq since the war began. Second biggest. Right now, 50 aircraft, 1,500 soldiers converging on an area north of Baghdad known as Samara. And I must tell you, it begs the question, one, do you feel it's time to unleash the military, let them go do what they're trained to do and get them out? And two, are you getting a little fed up as we approach the third year of Iraq, particularly in light of the fact that the country is teetering on the verge of civil war. Look, if Iraqis were lining up, embracing this opportunity for democracy, that would be one thing, okay? And clearly, some of them are. But to see this civil war that's at hand, you suddenly realize, well, now, wait a minute. Okay, they elect a parliament, but what good is a parliament if you got civil war in your country? Listen, people, this is big. A civil war, or the brink of civil war, is equivalent to this. Imagine an elephant, not a baby elephant, a big old Ringling Brothers elephant, okay, in your living room. If you're focusing on a parliament in Iraq while you've got civil war, virtual civil war in your country, that's akin to having an elephant in your living room and you're in the bedroom with the remote. I don't want to watch History Channel. Let's check ESPN. Let's check Sports Center. And now, come on! It doesn't matter what station it's on. You're about to lose your house. I go back to my analogy. It doesn't matter about your parliament. You're about to lose your country. Oh, no. No. And then, when you hear, as I read just before the break, this senior politician administering the oath today as Iraq swears in its parliament, when you hear him say, as he addresses the parliament, we have to prove to the world that a civil war is not and will not take place among our people. The danger is still looming, and the enemies are ready for us because they do not like to see a united, strong, stable Iraq. I'm telling you, I'm reading between the lines here. He gets it. He's telling his cohorts in the parliament, guys, we got to hold this bad boy together right now because we're about to lose everything. And here we are. Our troops from Great Britain, Canada, and the peace-loving countries of the world, France and Spain and Germany aren't there any longer. Here we are, sitting up in the middle with our guns, and these guys are killing one another like dogs and cats. How do we instill peace where people apparently don't want peace? I mean, you don't have to have a master's degree in social work to figure this one out. It's impossible. You first have to stabilize the people. And you see, these insurgents are not stupid. Understand me. The insurgents are not stupid. They're crazy, but they're not stupid. There's a difference. Listen to me. They know that all we have to do is go blow up a Shiite mosque. Because then they're coming on the Sunnis. So we go blow up a Sunni mosque. Because they're coming on the Shiites. What the insurgents want is anarchy. They want chaos, confusion, madness. They win. And that's what they want. Because they know, people like you and me, if we see a civil war in Iraq, we are going to get the heck out of there. I got one segment left. Nobody move. We'll be back.
Are you ready?
You're listening to the Ed Bugs Radio Show.
And now, the Council for Neglected Radio Formats proudly presents
The Ed Bugs Radio Show.
Hey man, are you ready to go? I'm ready to go.
Real talk.
Bottom line is, we rock.
Real people.
In light of what's underway right now, the biggest attack in Iraq by U.S.-led coalition forces since the war began, underway right now, begs the question, Do you feel it's time to unleash the power of the U.S. military in Iraq? A second question we're asking is this. Are you getting queasy in the stomach about our involvement with Iraq, particularly since we see them so close to civil war? We're talking about it at 499-BUGS, 499-2847. A couple of other quick emails to share with you. This one from Dennis. He writes, Ed, it's about time. The biggest mistake we made in Iraq was looking for insurgents door to door. No one can tell who the bad guys are. That is how we have lost so many people. We could just bomb key targets for days, weeks, or months until the enemy has absolutely nothing left. Please keep bombing. I would like to see headlines reading 50 insurgents killed by U.S. attack rather than 10 Marines killed by roadside bomb. Dennis, thank you, my friend. A couple of other emails sent in. This one from Mike. He writes, Ed, when I said go back in after the Civil War, this is the Mike who called earlier. When I said go back in after the Civil War, I meant that I wanted to send constitutional scholars and governmental folks to help them set the government up right. All right, Mike, thank you, my friend. And John sends an email. He says, Ed, we have to remember the president said this was going to take a long time. We don't want this to be another Vietnam where we leave before the job is done. Yes, the military should be turned loose to do their job, but with people crying about the war to try to promote their own agenda, the military has their hands tied. I agree with you there. He continues, also remember that these insurgents are probably coming from Syria and Iran, as well as other surrounding countries that don't want to see this work. It is not to their advantage to have a free Iraq. My friend, thank you. He wrote more. I could read it. I'm going to hurry on to get a couple more emails in. Let's see. This one from JT, who writes, Ed, I love you, but you are dead wrong. More than 65% of Iraqis turned out for their elections, and that was in the face of homicide bombings at polling places. How many Americans would go vote if there were bombings at polls? The Iraqi people as a whole want this freedom and democracy. It is insurgents trying to strike fear in these people and make us want to leave. If we leave, they win. JT, thank you, my friend. I appreciate your emails. All sent in to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. All right, here's what comes next. We are told that this Operation Swarmer, as it's called, as in swarming bees or whatever, Operation Swarmer should last 2 to 3 days. Will this send the message to insurgents? Maybe. Will this lessen insurgency? Probably not. Will this lead to even more attacks from insurgents? Who knows? Who knows? All I do know is this. If Iraq stays on the road to civil war, our role, our scope, our mission there becomes very, very cloudy. Very, very cloudy. It's not a perfect world, and Iraq is certainly not a perfect country. But here is what must happen, and must happen soon. Their parliament has got to not only be sworn in, as it was today, but they've got to be effective. And they have got to somehow get a handle on this out-of-control hatred that's going on there, as it has for thousands of years. It begs the question, do you really feel Iraqis are ready for democracy? For those of you in television, thank you for being with us today. For those of you at radio and on the World Wide Web at edbugs.com, stay put. Hour 2 of the Bug Show is just moments ahead. It's the Ed Bugs Radio Show. Real talk, real people. We'll be back.